All right, do a video here. Start a walk around on 2021 Berkshire 45A. You can see the door awning's out, main awning is out. We got all the slides in. We're going to go around the outside, go over everything, and show you how it all works, where everything is. So out here is your outside freezer. It is a dual compartment, so you have two separate compartments and individual control for each compartment. Full slide tray in this compartment. Storage, full pass through. Oh, here's your outside TV and sound bar. Sound bar is Bluetooth and other functions like AM, FM radio, all of that tied into the sound bar. In here we have your slide out tray, your front carpet, an air hose. That cardboard box back there is your vacuum cleaner hose kit. Up next we have our Dirt Devil vacuum cleaner, more storage, and then behind it is your Aqua Hot. Your spare bags for the Dirt Devil are right there. The things you really need to know about the Aqua Hot if you ever have any issue, everything is on this tag, but model and serial number is the most important information. If you contact one of us or any Aqua Hot service provider, they're going to ask you for that. This is your Aqua Hot recorder. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that, but you can actually do diagnostics and a lot of stuff right here from this touch screen. Okay, so good to know. But again, it gives you your model, serial number, status, a lot of stuff on that recorder. So it is really handy. A lot easier for people to understand than the old blinking lights that they used to have on the main board. And here is the business end backside of your wet bag. So got plumbing stuff back here. Coming further back, the DEF tank, fuse box, relays. Next one back has your engine starting batteries. And up above them is your battery disconnect switch for the chassis. So when you're storing this unit, you want to shut that off so that the batteries don't go dead. Because all of these units have what we call parasitic draw, and batteries will go dead. Got lock up here on each side to unlock to open this. But since it's a side radiator, we can do most of the stuff through the grate. You can see the brown colored stick is your transmission dipstick. The yellow is your engine dipstick. And then your big yellow cap is your engine oil fill. Down below there is your power steering fluid fill, air filter restriction gauge, antifreeze fill. And there is a little sight glass on the side of the antifreeze reservoir. So, pretty simple. 7-way trailer connector standard, 2-inch receiver standard. Your backup cameras up there. Your side radiator system. This is your air intake for the engine. There is a remote fill on this side to fill the DEF tank, so you can fill it from the driver's side. A lot of people appreciate that because if you go to a truck stop, they don't offer the ability to fill from the passenger side. Inside here is our wet bag. All of our fluids go in and out through here. Very back hose hookup is your black tank flush. When you hook a hose to that, it's rinsing out your black tank. This here is your potable water. It is multi-function depending on the position of this valve. When you are traveling on the road, put it in the tank water position. When you are at a campground, put it in city water. If you want to fill the tank from this hose, you put it on tank fill. Sanitize and winterize turns this into a suction port. You hook a line up to this, drop it into antifreeze, and turn your water pump on, and it sucks antifreeze and runs it through your whole system. All of these blue valves are cold water. They're all labeled above them as to what they are. So you can shut off any faucet individually. This is your low point cold drain. We have the same thing over here. Red valves are all hot water. And that's your low point hot drain. Shower head, outside shower controls, and your black tank and gray tank dump valves. Pretty easy to tell. Black tank is a black valve. Gray tank is a gray valve. Sewer hose hookup. There's a little screw-in porthole cover that goes in here. And then you have a little hatch there to run a water hose in. Very nice, simple setup. It uses a KW1 standard filter. It is in the coach. Because we just de-winterize this, we don't put the filters in. We recommend that you use it for a few days to get it thoroughly rinsed out before you put the filters in. Because if you get antifreeze in the filter, it just ruins it. Next compartment here is our power cord reel, our surge protector, our transfer switch. The transfer switch has built-in surge protection. However, it is what I call single event surge protection. Okay? What will happen if this takes a surge is it will blow up the transfer switch. It protects your coach by doing that. So, we recommend that you buy a good quality inline surge protector to go with it. Back here is the switch to retract your power cord reel and your 50 amp power cord reel. Forward here is a 50 to 30 amp adapter in your starter kit. Your starter kit has a standard sewer hose, toilet chemical, toilet paper, a 110 adapter, a standard 25-foot drinking hose, and a water pressure regulator in the box. Pretty much everything you need to camp other than food and blankets and clothes. Over here is the exhaust from our AquaHot and our slide tray, our cargo tray. Again, on both sides you have a blue handle. Lift up on the handle to pull the tray out. The carpet is your front carpet. We try not to put those in so that you don't get it, so it doesn't get dirty. Again, the brown box is your vacuum cleaner hose and accessories. Next up, we have another storage compartment. Again, this is full pass-through side to side. Front here, we have our house batteries. These are 6-volt wet cell batteries. This means you have to check the water on them on a regular basis. If you let them go dry and it ruins them, it's your fault. So you need to make a date once a month or so, check the water, add distilled water preferably. You can go to Napa or a lot of places and buy what they call a battery filler jug. It's got a special faucet or neck on it that you just stick in and it fills it. Back here we have battery relays, battery disconnect switch, more relays, fuses, etc. And again, this is all house power. Forward here is our hydraulic leveling jacks and our hydraulic slide out pump. You can see the reservoir is down a bit because the jacks are down. So always make sure that you check the level of that with the jacks fully retracted and the slide outs in, because otherwise it'll overflow when you retract the jacks. Up here is your diesel fuel fill. You have one tank and a fill port on each side. So you can fill it from the passenger side, the driver's side, or both. We have an air hose hooked up here for that air hose that was in the compartment, and that little T-pull down here releases the generator door so that the generator comes out. Then we have a fuse box, we have a controller, another fuse box, and another controller. And then down here is a label, tells you what all the fuses are for. pull the generator release, generator will pop out slightly. Out here, we have an on-off switch, an hour meter, a circuit breaker, and our antifreeze fill, and our antifreeze level is translucent bottle. Open this door, that's going to pop out. We're going to swing it out about an inch, and then pull it straight forward and lift it out. Back here is our dipstick, our oil fill, our oil filter are all right there. Put this back in. We're going to set the door down inside, slide the tabs back, push it in, and snap it shut. Back here is your windshield washer reservoir. You have a light up in here. Okay, took a second here to set your keyless entry. It is currently set to your zip code off the work order, so hopefully that's a number you can remember. To lock the door, you're going to press the 1-2 button and hold it continuously. When you do that, you'll hear it chirp and you'll hear it lock. Enter your zip code and then hit the 1-2 button and it unlocks. Pretty simple. You can put 4 additional codes in it. You can change that code. It's a Trimark keyless entry, so if you need to look it up, it's not that hard to reprogram. All right. As we come in the entranceway here, we have our battery disconnect. Use this when you put the coach in storage or when you're leaving the coach for days. If you're going to leave the coach for a long time, then you're going to go to the actual batteries and turn off the disconnect at the batteries. But this is a short-term battery disconnect. Up here we have awnings on and off. If they are off, they don't work. They don't work from the touchpad. They don't work from anywhere. So you have to turn them on. You can also turn them on at the touchpad. If you put the app on your phone, when I had it on my phone, I have it with this. I haven't done this coach, but on the coaches that I've done this with my phone, I can turn the awnings on and off and put them in and out with my phone. Patio extend, patio retract, door extend, door retract, and this is your entry step. When it's blue, the step stays out. When it's white, the step will go in and out every time the door is open. Or they might be backwards. They change the relays every year. Master lights. If I hit the master lights, it turns them off. Hit it again, it turns them on. Okay? Now, when it turns them off, I'm going to turn a couple lights off here. And then I'm going to turn them off with the master. I'm going to turn it on with the master. And the ones that I turned off did not come back on. When you hit the master, it will memorize what lights were on. And then when you hit it again, it'll turn them back on. Exactly the way they were. So if you have a light dimmed and you hit the light master to turn it off, when you turn it back on, it's going to be dimmed. So the one thing about it is you can override it by holding the light master for about 3 seconds, and that turns every light on full brightness. Okay, back to the light switches. Living room ceiling, kitchen ceiling, aisle lights. The aisle lights are these little marker lights down here. Cargo lights, that's in your compartments. Exterior lights. A lot of people haven't figured these out yet because it takes several button pushes. The first time you push the exterior light button, it turns on the porch light up there. The second time you push it, it turns on the LEDs under the awning and the porch light stays on. The next time you push it, the porch light goes off, but the LEDs stay on. Push it one more time, and the LEDs go off. So if you just want the awning LEDs on, you got to push the button 3 times to get to the awning LEDs. Once turns the porch light on, the next one turns the LEDs on. The third push turns the porch lights off, but leaves the LEDs on. So sometimes you got to push the buttons 2 or 3 times to get to the light scene that you want. You have a little cantilever table here for the passenger seat. Passenger seat also has a footrest, and there is a step cover, and I'll show you when we get to that later. What we're going to do now is kind of just start right here in the corner. Up here is our Traveler satellite. We turn it on, we hit the power button and hold it. It says power on, and we let it go. We're inside the building, so I'm going to shut it back off. To turn it off, we hold the power. until it says powering off in progress, and then we let go, and it stores the antenna. That white panel up there has that green LED. That's our over-the-air antenna. If I push that little black button next to it, then it switches it to cable. There's a cable jack back in there by the power cord reel. Might not have pointed that out. This little panel up here is your wireless module. This allows you to hook your phone to the coach through Bluetooth. Here, little storage compartment, and these pop completely off. There is storage in there, but they're not hinged. So, what I'm going to do now is we're going to go to the back, to the touch panel, and we're going to put the slide outs out. It is a little tight back here, so we're going to come up here, we're going to hit the touch. We're going to push this, and then kitchen, and hit extend, and hold it, and the kitchen slide out is going out. Now I'm going to hit wardrobe, and hit extend, and the wardrobe and the bunks and this whole back slide is going out. I'm not sure how long this video is going to end up being, so it may end up being multiple videos because I'm doing this on a tablet and I'm limited to file size. So sofa dinette, hit out and hold it continuously. If you let go of it, it stops immediately. If you hold it, it has a slight delay before it moves to make sure you really wanted it to go, but it stops instantly. And last, bed, and hold out. Like I said, you have to hold it for about a second to a second and a half before it starts to move. That's so that you don't try putting it out by mistake. However, if you let go of it, it stops instantly. Stops faster than it starts. All right, so that's our slide out. We hit this little home button, takes us to the front screen. We hit this gear here. If we have our app, we press the pair with mobile, and it connects our app in our phone or in our tablet to this. I'm going to hit forget all to clear all the memory out of it, so that when you get it, it'll be fine. It's yours. Time, you set your clock time here. Display, you can set your sleep time out and your brightness and skins, whatever you want, and then close it. From here, we go to lights, and we can go, all our lights are in the lighting section. Any light that's not in here is on a switch on the light itself. Now, some of the lights are dimmable, like the bedroom ceiling. I don't know how well we can see this. If I hold that, it dims. The dresser lights, I believe, are dimmable, and they are. So I don't know how well that shows up on video. But now, what I'm going to do, turn my night master off, turn my night master on, hold it. Now I'm going to go back to my master light, hold my master light, and you can see those brighten up. Okay? So if I dim these lights, that's an on-off only, okay? What I'm trying to show you is you can set a scene turn it off, and then hit the master, turn it back on exactly the way it was. And you also have a night master to control certain set lights. So you can program your lights a little bit and save them slightly, you know, by how you shut it off, how you turn it on. There's your tank monitors: fresh tank, gray tank, black tank. House battery is coat, is coat. Engine battery is chassis. Sorry. House engine. There's your slide outs. These are your awnings. Awning power has to be on. If it's not green, it won't work. Generator. You have a power control system. You can run your inverter charger here. Okay. Turn your inverter on. Okay. Turn your inverter off. Because you have a household refrigerator, I tell you people all the time, if you're using the coach, turn the inverter on. Okay. Now there's settings and setup you can go through. It's all pretty well done. Auto gen start. It is always locked out. So you have to turn it off. And then we're going to go into setup. And you're going to do quiet time setup. So right now, 9 p.m. is our evening time. Morning time is 7 a.m. Except now, DC start voltage. We want to set the voltage. Oh, maximum runtime. DC start voltage. We want this up at a good enough voltage so that it'll have enough battery power to start the generator. So I usually go with 11.7. If you want to run a pre-charge, you can set that. Okay. What that just did is it'll start the generator 30 minutes before quiet time to make sure your batteries are charged. HVAC. You can enable it so that it will start so that the auto gen start will start the generator to run your air conditioners when you're not plugged in. Set runtime, however you want it. I set it for 2 hours. There you go. Now you can go into mode and you can hit enable and it tells you that it's enabled to start on battery and HVAC. If I want quiet time, I hit it with quiet time. There, or I turn it off. And that's our AGS. Power control system. This tells you that we're plugged into 50 amps. This is all the loads that it controls. This is our line voltages. This is our wiring status. Tells us that we're wired correctly. Our water pump. Aqua hot. Electric and diesel. If you want continuous hot water, you need the diesel going. The electric element will cut down on how much diesel fuel you use, but it will not keep up under demand. Tank heaters. You can turn them on or not. It will tell you if your water level is low. Entry step, just like up front. Engine block heater. Keyless entry, lock or unlock. System shutdown. We can manually shut everything down. It'll hit the battery disconnect and shut everything down. HVAC. We can do living room. We can do bedroom, galley, kitchen, bathroom, rear bath, and floor heat. We have heated floors. Fans. Bath fan and rear bath. There you go. That's a basic quick overview. All of your light switches are also, most all of them also have touch panels through the coach. We have a bath here in the mid with a nice shower. Toilet is a foot flush. Lots of medicine cabinet and cabinet space. All your light switches. Sink. Storage under the sink. Shelving next to the toilet. All of your shades are manual pull down. Pull it down, give it a tug, and let it go back up. Same with the night. Pull it down, and then give it a tug and let it go back up. In the bunks. Pull out. Swing it over. Close that. Same thing with this one. Pull it out. Swing it over. And close that. You can close these doors when they're folded. Each bunk has its own light. Each bunk has its own TV. And the top bunk, the light is in the center of the switch, is in the center of the light. Okay, the top bunk also folds up. So if you want to use this as a closet, you're going to fold the mattress up against the wall. Then you're going to swing the bunk up, and then there is a latch that goes into that metal bracket to hold that up, so you can use this for storage or closet. Again, each bunk has its own television. And then you have curtains that go across for both bunks. Drawers underneath the bottom bunk. When you close these, you want to swing them fully out. To do that, again, swing it all the way out and close it as a solid door. Has magnets to catch. Bedroom door, pocket door, slides, either latches in the fully open or in the fully closed position. That white switch has up is high span. This is for your ceiling fan here in the bedroom. Down is low fan. In the middle is off. Let me go back here and turn these lights up to full brightness. So again, just hit the master and hold it. Gives you full brightness. The ladder is for your bunk. We'll get to that when we do the other side of the coach going forward. And then you do have a tiny bit of storage underneath here. Keep in mind this mechanism moves in and out. While we've got the bunk up, you see some GFI there. Your 110 breaker panel is here. And then your power controller is here. All your GFIs are right here, the push button resets. They're not outlets, they're just push button resets for the GFI circuits. Alright, this system I really like. I have a center button, up and down, and right and left arrows. Press the button, turns the light on, which makes it hard to read. Press it again, brings up a list. I can check all my fuses. I can check my inputs. I can check my digital level. I can check my switch panel lights. I can verify that I got a correct model. I can do wireless pairing. I can do manual control from here. Okay? So it gives you a lot of options. Now, one other thing, I try not to do too much with this. If you need to do this, you're going to want to call Precision Circuits. Top and bottom, if you hit them both, it's going to ask you to either go left to exit or right to continue. I'm going to go right. When I did that, every light shut off. Now we are in manual mode. Again, I can check fuses. I can check inputs. Single power control. That's my heat compartment, cargo lights, water pump, and that. Go back. Motor control, hit the center button. Hydraulic pump, your sofa, dinette slides, kitchen slides, and there's a retract and extend for each one, including your awnings. High-low signal, same thing. There's your patio awning out, patio awning in. Dimmer control, these are all your dimmable lights. Switch panel, diagnostics, as long as we have solid lines there, we're good. If there were a problem, there would be a no com written instead of the line, dash lines. Switch module status, same thing. We can see our touch panel, we can see our power control, we can see our level monitor, our wireless, and our level display. Go back, and it does, everything's back to normal. Now all my light switches work again. When we're in this diagnostic mode, nothing works but this panel. So I've had people, they go into diagnostic mode. I'm going to pause. All right, sorry about that. People go into diagnostic mode to try and figure something out, and when they get done, they forget to take it all the way back out of diagnostic mode, and then they don't understand why none of their switches, none of their stuff works. So if you're in diagnostic mode, you have to keep hitting the left button all the way back till it goes back to a precision circuit. Pillows, blankets, all of this soft frilly stuff, I've been telling people for 20 years. Pack it in a bag and save it for the trade-in. It's useless bedding, and its biggest value is when you get ready to trade this in, you can make it look like this again, and people go, oh, they never used it. These pitchers, they're Velcro at the bottom, and then a slot connector. So you pull the bottom Velcro loose and lift it up, change the pitchers if you want. Same thing with this bathroom door. It locks open and it locks closed. Pretty simple. Toilet. This is a Tecma toilet. Push button. And I tell everybody, instructions are on the lid. Emergency exit window. Light switches above the toilet controller. I didn't put the toilet paper holder there, so if you don't like it, don't blame me. Sorry. Towel holder. Bath fan. Another shower. Washer. Dryer. We don't do laundry in them. We do cycle them to make sure they work. Tons of drawer space. Storage all throughout. Dual sinks. GFI outlets on both sides. Mirrored cabinets that are deep. Really deep cornered mirror cabinet. And another deep cabinet above this sink. As a friend of mine said, if you got enough medicine to fill those cabinets, you probably shouldn't be driving. So, however. Anyhow, one thing about this, that little indicator right there, if that turns red, it's not gonna flush normally. Okay? You can override it and get a couple more flushes out of it, but if this little indicator screen is red, it means the tank is full. It should be green just like that. When it gets to yellow, it means you're nearly full on your black tank. Got a lot of cabinets.